If you are looking to buy used, you are entering one of the most crowded and confusing segments of the American car market. The Nissan Rogue is a staple of the suburban driveway, but today we aren't just looking at the window stickers. We're looking at the service bulletins, the transmission teardowns, and the hidden costs that most sellers won't tell you about. When we talk about the best and worst years Nissan Rogue owners have experienced, the worst side of that coin is unfortunately very heavy. Most of these issues center around the Jatco-sourced continuously variable transmission. While the idea of a CVT is to provide smooth acceleration and better fuel economy, Nissan's early execution was frankly a disaster for the consumer's wallet. We're starting with the stuff you need to stay away from. List of years to avoid. Number 1. 2014 and 2015 Nissan Rogue, the peak failure years. If you are browsing the classifieds and see a deal that looks too good to be true on a second-generation model, check the production date. The 2014 and 2015 models are the absolute primary years to avoid. These models were the launch of the new body style, and they were plagued by juddering, shuddering, and complete transmission failure often before the 60,000-mile mark. Because so many people look to buy used in this price bracket, these cars are everywhere, often with rebuilt titles or transmissions on their last legs. Beyond the CVT, these years suffered from expensive heater core failures, which required the entire dashboard to be removed for repair. Number 2. 2008 to 2010 Nissan Rogue, the overheating era. These early first-generation units are high on the list of years to avoid because they lacked proper transmission cooling. If you're driving on a highway in the United States during a summer heat wave, these transmissions are known to enter a limp mode. This is a safety feature that cuts your engine power to almost nothing to prevent the transmission from melting, but it leaves you stranded and vulnerable in traffic. When researching the best and worst years Nissan Rogue to buy, these early units are often the reason Nissan's reliability rating took a dive in the late 2000s. Number 3. 2011 and 2012 Nissan Rogue, the Band-Aid years. While Nissan tried to fix the cooling issues by adding an external oil cooler, the core mechanical design of the pulley system remained fragile. These are still considered years to avoid if you want a vehicle that will last past 150,000 miles. Many of these units are now hitting the market with high mileage, making them a very risky choice for anyone looking to buy used on a budget. Number 4. 2016 Nissan Rogue, the transition year. While better than the 2014, the 2016 still falls under the best and worst years Nissan Rogue cautionary list. It still saw a high volume of complaints regarding transmission vibration. If the previous owner didn't perform a CVT fluid flush every 30,000 miles, which almost nobody does, the 2016 is a ticking bomb. Number 5. 2022 Nissan Rogue, the VC Turbo Unknown. This might be controversial, but for a long-term reliability guide, the 2022 is currently on the wait-and-see list, bordering on years to avoid for high-mileage buyers. This was the first year of the 1.5-liter three-cylinder variable compression turbo. It's an incredibly complex piece of engineering. While it's great for fuel economy, the complexity of the variable linkage makes it a risky bet compared to the best Nissan Rogue years to buy that utilize simpler, naturally aspirated engines. List of best years to buy. Number 5. 2021 Plus Nissan Rogue Sport, the reliable alternative. While technically a different submodel, the late-model Rogue Sports are among the best years for Nissan overall. They used a more traditional drivetrain approach and have shown remarkable resilience in urban driving environments. For those looking to buy used in the city, this is a strong contender on the best and worst years Nissan Rogue spectrum. Number 4. 2017 Nissan Rogue, the Value King. The 2017 model received a significant facelift and, more importantly, the updated transmission logic. While it's not as tech-heavy as the 2018, it is one of the best Nissan Rogue years to buy because the price point on the used market is currently in a sweet spot. You get the upgraded styling and improved reliability without the premium price of the newer models. Number 3. 2013 Nissan Rogue, the first-generation survivor. For those with a smaller budget who still need to buy used, the 2013 model is the only first-generation Rogue we recommend. It was the final year of production for that body style, and Nissan had finally ironed out most of the cooling issues. It's simple, it's honest, and it's one of the best years for someone who just needs a basic A to B commuter without a massive car payment. Number 2. 2018 to 2020 Nissan Rogue, the refined second gen. If you like the look of the second generation but want to avoid the 2014 disaster, these are the best Nissan Rogue years to buy. By 2018, Nissan had completely overhauled the CVT software to simulate traditional gear shifts, which reduced wear on the belt. These are also the best years for safety, as they introduced Pro Pilot Assist, which is one of the best semi-autonomous driving systems for the highway. In the context of best and worst years Nissan Rogue, these late-cycle second gens are very safe bets. Number 1. 2021 Nissan Rogue, the modern standard. This is arguably the number 1 pick for the best Nissan Rogue years to buy. It is the Goldilocks year. It features the beautiful, rugged redesign and the much-improved interior, but it still utilizes the reliable 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine before they switched to the complex 3-cylinder turbo. If you are looking to buy used and want a car that feels brand new without the new car depreciation, this is your winner. It represents the pinnacle of the best years for the nameplate.
Buying a Nissan Rogue is all about being a smart detective. If you stick to our list of best years, specifically the 2017, 2018, 2020, and 2021 models, you are going to get a fantastic vehicle. You get those zero-gravity seats that are arguably the most comfortable in the industry, and you get a ton of cargo space for your family. However, if you ignore the years to avoid, like the 2014 and 2015, you could end up with a mechanical paperweight. The secret to the best Nissan Rogue years to buy isn't just the year on the title, it's the maintenance record. Even a best year can fail if the CVT fluid isn't changed. We've analyzed the best and worst years Nissan Rogue has to offer, so you don't have to. If you're heading out to buy used this weekend, bring a scan tool, check that transmission dipstick if it has one, and drive it long enough to get the transmission up to operating temperature. If it shudders, walk away.